Well, hey there, all you YouTube voyeurs, internet folks, lizard people. It's the Sinister Minister coming at you again with another vlog on the road. This is the road vlog. It is Friday in December 11th, I think. Northeast Ohio. As you can see, if you can see, behind me, there's no snow. We have seen no significant snow, but that's not that uncommon for this part of the world, this time of the year. We usually don't get hit with the snow until like January, February. Then it's fucking full tilt boogie on that white shit that I personally hate. But anyway, I'm heading out to the stores. I'm braving holiday shoppers, pick up a couple things, and I thought I would talk briefly about holidays and depression and emotional issues and all that jazz. And yeah, that's what I thought. So, yeah, holidays, great. How do you feel about the holidays? Are you happy? Are you very merry around Christmas time? I never used to be. I've definitely changed over the years. One of the big contributing factors for my lack of holiday spirit and Christmas in particular was the passing of my dad. He died December 23rd, 1985. So 2 days before Christmas. So, for the longest time, for many years, it always just put just a horrible reminder of a horrible situation right before Christmas, right before you're supposed to be all cheery and happy and stuff. So, of course, I'd get depressed, I'd get bummed. I lost my dad when I was 11. My parents got divorced when I was 5. So, I had a relationship with him during the summertime was when I would see my dad. But, certainly didn't get much time with him because, he passed away when I was 11. So, yeah, so it's, the holidays, that was a huge contributing factor. The other huge contributing factor is that I made a separate vlog on this, is I have an evil cunt of a mother who, just didn't really show any love or caring or support or anything like that. So, what I was left with after, my father passed was, an evil cunt of a mother, and, that's not conducive to happy holidays, especially when your mom's just a royal bitch and a narcissist and an opportunist and all that shit. So I have been one to be extremely depressed and miserable around the holidays. I have to admit, I've never really saw it as a reason to be suicidal or anything like that, but I did see it, as because my take on it was, you look around, you see all these people, like, they're happy, they're getting that holly jolly fucking spirit. They're getting together with family and friends and all that stuff, and that just never really happened for me. So I would see all these people, getting all excited and stuff, and I just didn't, I didn't feel that way. I wanted to be able to feel that way. I wanted to get excited about the holiday time. It just never really manifested itself that way, for obviously a plethora of reasons. But, I certainly am not one to blame things on, how I was brought up and stuff like that. But, it certainly does affect you. As over the years, but again, over the years, I've started to feel better about the holidays, and not feel so crappy around them. And I mean, I would feel pretty fucking miserable. I mean, I was the epitome of a fucking bah humbug dude. I mean, I could have gave a shit, you know, fucking Christmas music and fucking red fucking bows and Christmas trees and everybody else so fucking hunky-dory. And then you see those fuckers that have like reindeer antlers sticking out of their fucking the windows on their car. I just wanted to run them off the fucking road, you know. I just down and out hated it because I just didn't have any good experiences over the years to look forward to it and be happy. Now, you know, I've been with my wife now for, you know, well over 10 years. And, you know, that's certainly changed. We certainly look forward to the holidays. But I 100% understand why people get depressed around the holidays. And, you know, I got to be honest with, in the sense that nowadays, like, I'm a very materialistic person. I don't deny that. I've been working on it for years, especially since I have a kid now. I'm trying to be, you know, he obviously comes first, but I'm still very materialistic, you know, to a fault, actually. But you know, nowadays, like when it comes around the holidays, the thing that I want the most doesn't cost any money, and it's something I'll never ever have, and that's to have a nice, big, loving, big, well-rounded family around the holidays, or any time for that matter. I don't think you should use the holidays as a specific reason why you should only get together with family and friends. I think you should do it, you know, obviously all the time. But yeah, I mean, we don't look forward to that because I don't speak with my side of the family. My wife doesn't speak with her side of the family, and that's by choice of the other people involved. It's not because we're staying away, it's because they're staying away. So it's not an option. And the people on her side, and clearly my mom and the people on my side, which really it's just my mom and my younger sister, they're narcissistic opportunists. And it's unfortunate, but all they care about is themselves. They're extremely self-centered people, and they don't care about anybody else. Same goes with my wife's side of the family. She's got a couple sisters that are the same way, and it's unfortunate, but it's by their choice alone. But again, it's unfortunate. It's a drag. It bums you out because you want, you know, you want to have something like that to look forward to, you know, and you can't. So, you know, we have our own kid now, and we have some really good neighbors that, you know, really care. And, you know, I'm sure we'll see around the holiday time. We see them all the time, but, you know, we'll probably, you know, hang out with them and their family a little bit. Yeah, but I mean, being depressed around the holidays I think it's a pretty normal and natural way to feel. What I don't think is you should let it really eat you up, because it's just a holiday. It's just another day, another time of the year. You know, I completely understand, but I really think that, you know, you have to, if you don't have anybody to reach out to, you can reach out to me. But if you didn't have anybody to reach out to, or anybody to, you know, spend your holidays with, you know, go do something. Go somewhere. Years ago, when I was alone, and I didn't have a girlfriend, and there was a few Christmases where I was all by myself, I went to the movies. I don't know if they're still open, but the movies were open on Christmas Day, and I'd go to the movies, and I'd go see like 2-3 movies. And I was like the only fucking person there, but sometimes I wasn't. Sometimes there was other people there. You know, so you can go to the movies, you can go to the park, you can go do stuff. I mean, there's some places that are open. Chinese food restaurants are always open on Christmas. So I say don't sit around being miserable. Get out and go do something. I mean, you know, if you've seen in my past videos and stuff, I've talked openly about my mental issues and my emotional problems and stuff. And one of the things that's really helped me out a lot is being able to get out and get around and be socializing with people. For my issues, that may not be for everybody's issue, but for my issues, getting out and being social and stuff has been really, really helpful. I mean, it really, really has. Damn it, I'm getting off the wrong fucking exit. Oh well, I gotta backtrack. So anyways, I'm losing my train of thought here. But yeah, I mean, if you have to be alone, try not to be. I mean, if you want to be around people, do your best to be around people. Fuck, Denny's is open. You can go sit at Denny's. I mean, these may seem like pretty lame things to do, but really it's Christmas. There's not a lot to do, and if you don't have anybody to hang out with, I totally understand, and I've been there. And it's to be honest, it's still not my favorite time of the year. My favorite time of the year is Halloween, but it's not my favorite time of the year for a lot of the aforementioned reasons. But I don't think that you should let the whole atmosphere of the holidays like really envelope around your feelings and stuff, and you know what I mean, like completely encompass your feelings about how you're feeling. I mean, it's it's traditionally a family time. Like I said, people get together in family stuff, and if you don't have them, you don't have them. I mean, I don't have them. My wife doesn't have them. For the longest time, it was just me and her, and that was it. And I've been with I've had girlfriends in the past where it was just me and them and maybe a mom or something. But for the last 10 plus years, it's just been me and my wife, who at one point was my girlfriend, but my wife. And we had a good time, and quite frankly, we were able to spend more money on each other and buy each other some more nice gifts at the end of the year. And not that that's what it's all about. Believe me, Mr. Materialistic, I understand that Christmas isn't about gifts. My God, I wish that they would figure out a way to change that, but they don't. I mean, society. Forgive me, I'm sucking on a mentholated honey because my throat's kind of sore. But yeah, I don't think I don't think it's that the time of the year, to let it really engulf you emotionally. As hard as it is, again, I know, and it may seem like I'm starting to ramble a bit, but I mean, it's really hard to say what will work because everybody's different, and everybody's, feels a different way about this time of the year. Some people just like grit and bear it and just get by by faking it, which I've done the same thing, because you don't want to bring everybody down. And I've been accused of that, being a fucking bah humbug and bringing people down and having a pissy attitude. And I mean, I think rightfully so, but I understand the argument, and that's why I'm trying to make a nice little video here and tell people about how they can how they shouldn't really let the holidays really eat you up. I mean, I know this is the time of the year when probably there are the most like suicides and people that being really depressed and isolated and stuff, and I completely understand it. But basically, I'm here to say that it can get better, it will get better, and you really need to just try to focus your mind elsewhere. I know that's an easy thing to say, like, dude, Sinister Minister, Sin Min, you're fucking talking a lot of fucking bullshit. No, it's not. One of the things that helps me with my emotional problems and issues, if I can focus, if I can do something else, because like they say, like an idle hand is the devil's playground or whatever, idle hands. I think an idle mind is fucking horrible. Like, I mean, that's like, then you're really setting yourself up for all kinds of fucking problems. Because when I even if I've created stupid projects for myself, and do that too, man. Even if you have to create some kind of like art project or some kind of just creative project, even if you're not a creative person, so what, man? Go to the art store, buy some paper, some sketchbook and some crayons or some pencils or something, and just fucking doodle and draw. You never know. You might find you're pretty decent at it or whatnot. I kind of got into painting a little bit, not to the level that I really wanted to, and I still might, go get back into it. But, I'd create little projects. I built like pedal boards and stuff for my pedals. I could easily go out and buy a pedal board, and consequently I eventually did because the ones I made were not that great. But I made a couple of them just for something to do. I went and bought some wood and got some paint, and I have a saw and everything. I just created a couple little pedal boards, something I needed, but I thought I'd try to make my own. And I'm not much of a craftsman in that regard, but it was fun to do. Get yourself not necessarily a hobby, although hobbies are great, but give yourself a project. I think projects are great because if you have something that you want to assemble or put together or build, and you have to stop and think about, okay, I need to get this and do that, and you have to calculate how you're going to go about getting it done. I mean, that's what that's doing, is that's giving your mind something else to do besides sitting there and just focusing on, your what triggers your mental issues. It's been a huge thing for me. One of the other stupid things this is not to go into a whole like how to deal with mental health and stuff. Even though I think it's like Mental Health Week, which is not shocking because, it's the holidays. It's a sucky time of the year. But like Big No-No, if you guys follow Big No-No out here on YouTube, he talks a lot about mental problems, and he had his own bouts of mental problems, and he was extraordinarily helpful in me, defining my depersonalization and derealization issues and a lot of other stuff. But like one of the things was wearing sunglasses. As stupid as it sounds, one of the big things for me was going outside and it being so bright and the lights, and you go to a store and the store is bright and there's all kinds of products, and I'd go to like Five Guys, burgers and fries or whatever, and it was all red, and I hated it because it was so fucking bright red. Put fucking sunglasses on, holy fuck, it's amazing on how that dulls things down and it makes it easier. And I'll go into the store and I'll walk through the stores and stuff with my sunglasses on, not to be fucking Joe Cool. I'm just trying to keep, my mental stability. I'm just trying to keep it, I'm trying to keep pretty leveled and stuff. So, but anyways, I've arrived at my destination, and I'm going to wrap this up, but I just want to say, the holidays, they are what they are. Thankfully, it's generally only the month of December, November too, but, get yourself a hobby, get yourself a project, find something to do other than sit around wondering why you might be alone, or, you're not in a situation that you'd like to be in. Maybe you don't have a girlfriend, maybe you don't have a boyfriend, and you wish you had one. I can't help you with that, but all I know is it will get better. It doesn't have to be that bad, and it certainly doesn't have to eat you up. It only will if you let it. And I know all this is just words and doesn't seem very practical, but believe me when I say it is practical, that you don't have to feel so alone. You don't have to feel so miserable. And I know the holidays will trigger that a lot for a lot of people, but it just doesn't have to be that way. I've somewhat overcome it. It's not my favorite holiday. I've somewhat overcome it for the most part. I'd say probably about 80%. But now I have a kid, and I look forward to making his holiday exciting. Now this is going to be his first Christmas. He's only 7 months old, so he doesn't even understand what's going on. But say next year, he'll have a better idea, and then I get to really, get the holidays going for him, because that's what's going to get him with Santa Claus and all this stuff, and it's going to be fun in that regard, because you get to kind of start over, if you know what I mean. You get to kind of start your holidays over again, where you might have grown up and they were shitty and not very fulfilling, But if once, I mean, in this regard, when you have in this reasoning, when you have a kid, then and he starts to get excited about the holidays and Christmas and Santa Claus, you get to kind of start over and be happy for him, and then you get to be Santa Claus, and that's pretty cool. So anyways, take care of yourselves, be good, hope you have a nice Christmas, and Happy New Year. I'll probably have more vlogs out before then, but I just thought this would just be quite fitting just to talk a little bit about holidays and depression, because they kind of go hand in hand. So take it easy, keep it sleazy, and we'll certainly see you in the next video.